next we have Threshold 360.
Hi, my name is Daniel Kraus, and I'm the CEO of Threshold 360. Several years back, towards the end of my father's life, he was afflicted with pretty severe dementia. Despite this, my mom and I traveled with him as much as we could to the cities, parks, and campgrounds that he loved. The many tough experiences that we lived together always made me wonder how we might have better planned our visits and improved the quality of our time together. Today, here at Threshold 360, we've grown to become the largest provider of 360 virtual tours for the hospitality and travel industries. Since we were founded, our singular mission has been to enable anyone, and we do mean anyone, to step inside locations anywhere. The Threshold platform is currently used by hundreds of destinations, hotels, venues, and other organizations to deliver interactive virtual tours that are proven to both drive engagement and online booking. Our platform is viewed millions of times a day and enables meeting planners and leisure travelers around the world to virtually step inside any location, more than doubling the likelihood that they'll visit in person. Threshold's business model is a SaaS platform, and we use a powerful proprietary suite of technologies to both dramatically reduce cost and remove the friction between capture and delivery of high-resolution virtual tours. But just as importantly, our platform delivers a new visual approach to planning accessibility, from allowing users to virtually step through the entrances of locations, to providing walkthrough tours of mobility-accessible rooms, to previewing table placement in restaurants. Our virtual tours can dramatically help trip planning and decision-making. We also offer a maximum of ADA compliance, including keyboard support, name flagging, and a host of customization options. From a value perspective, there are three things that differentiate Threshold 360. The first is scalability. We capture anywhere from hundreds to thousands of locations in each destination: hotels, restaurants, attractions, zoos, museums, even ships, and any other location you can imagine. The second is depth. The depth with which we capture locations is unparalleled. In the case of hotels, this means all the different room types, meeting rooms, F&B, spas, shops, the whole location. The third thing that separates us is the ease of content publishing, enabling our customers to deliver virtual tours on all their marketing channels, paid, owned, and earned. From an accessibility perspective, these three things together mean that no matter what platform or device you're using, you can access a wealth of planning options, get a great sense of space, and make decisions about where to go. At Threshold, we're proud to offer a leading virtual tour solution for the hospitality and travel industries, and also to couple this with a solution that offers accessibility and inclusivity to people with disabilities. Our ultimate goal is to empower these people and their families with the confidence they need to overcome the obstacles and to travel the places they dream of. Thank you for your time.
I'd love to welcome Dan Kraus, the CEO of Threshold 360. Dan, thanks for joining us. Judges, over to you.
Okay. Hi, Dan. This is Andrew Garnett from Special Needs Group. Thank you for being here. So I have a couple of quick questions. First off, with regard to the maps, I see the maps. It looks like a mapping program. Is your product a standalone, or does it integrate with any other map products that are out there? So once you get to that venue, you click on it and then you actually see the 360 of the venue. And I have a second question after you answer this.
Okay, sure. So we're actually both. We discovered a couple of years ago, as we started to commercialize virtual tours, that maps were probably the best transport, the best way to help people understand where virtual tours and locations actually were. So we realized that was a crucial part of our platform. So yes, we actually deliver our own maps that people can use our own dashboard to customize, but we can also license our viewer directly to larger customers who want to build that into systems, like, for example, Good Maps, where that could actually have an application our experiences can be simply attached to another map. So sure, basically both of those.
Okay, very good. What does it cost for a business to work with this, and is there a subscription fee as well?
Sure, yeah, and in fact there is. So it really sort of just depends on the size of the business. We work with everything from individual hotels and individual locations all the way up to larger destinations that have hundreds, if not thousands, of different locations. I think our largest customer is 1,800 locations in a single destination. So the entry price for both combined capture and first-year platform is under $1,000, which is pretty reasonable for a hotel. And that's sort of a sliding scale. A typical destination that starts around 50 around 50 locations. It's probably around the 10 to 12K range. So it's, from a financial perspective, it's very, very accessible, very tangible for a destination or for location, especially considering the reusability of the content. Really, the art of what we do is, not only just doing the capture, which is kind of an art in itself, but also the publishing of that and the tools that we provide to allow our customers to publish that across social networks, building and embedding those into web pages, pasting links into RFP proposals on a platform like Cvent. So really being able to reuse that content to drive engagement across their ecosystem.
Okay, and I have one last question. So with regard to that, when somebody's on the virtual tour, are there actionable, I guess, prompts I saw, come in, but as far as if they want to book their room or book a trip or what have you?
Great question. So there aren't yet. We haven't yet built hot points. It's actually on our backlog for this year. We haven't built hotspots directly into the experiences yet. We've really been focused for the past year or two on getting the engagement really, really high. It's more important than going further into that yet. To date, we have about a 20% engagement rate, which is, I think, best in class. That means for every we're going to have basically 20% to 25% of people who see us on a webpage are going to click and interact with that location, which is really important. And that's really what we find our destination customers are the most concerned about, is making sure that people really interact and look around and sort of discover the location. This year, we'll be extending that forward to clickable areas and adding audio and a variety of other rich media features.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you.
So it's Jay. So what's your upfront time? I've got a 60-room hotel that's got a restaurant, a spa, and a pool area.
Mm-hmm.
What's it take for you to come in and be able to map my venue room by room, place by place? Talk me through the process if you could.
So from purchase, we have a team. We're about 14 core team members here in Tampa. We're based, and about over 100 extended team members across the U.S. So it takes about 4 to 6 days to get a creator on site to actually do the capture. The capture of your typical mid-sized boutique hotel, let's say, takes about an hour. And in that hour, we capture all the different room types, all the different conference rooms, any accessibility specific features of the hotel. As a matter of fact, as part of our process, we specifically ask the manager, the person who's actually bringing us around the facility, to point out the accessibility elements, so sort of at their option. Okay. And from there, once we complete the capture, it takes typically 24 to 48 hours before that data becomes available to the customers. It's about a 2-week process from start to finish. And at a price point that is, dramatically less than that, typically, than even if you had a professional photographer come by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
thank you.
I'm sorry to jump in again. Allison reminded me to re-ask you. We heard the upfront cost. Is there a subscription model after that?
There is, yeah, exactly. So typically it's a to take, for example, a single location. It's $4.99 upfront cost for the capture, $4.99 for the first year subscription, and then every year after that is essentially $500 for the ongoing. And essentially what that provides is a backend platform that provides all of the publishing tools for that content. It provides the mapping tools, so you can deploy maps wherever you like, as well as analytics tools. And that's actually really important. There's probably 60, from a competition perspective, there's probably 60 or 70 other virtual tour companies out there that do things. But the thing that we've learned is that not just the quality of the capture and the quality of the experience is what counts, but also the measurability of that and the ability to take those numbers and actually merge them into your higher level marketing numbers to prove the impact of what you're doing. So that's really what the subscription is for. Kind of like with the upper level packages I mentioned, that's basically a sliding scale. So it's a couple of $1,000 a year at a destination.
Thank you.
So this is Ron from Royal Caribbean Group. So I think you answered one of the really great questions about, hey, what do you capture, all the different rooms and the conference rooms and all of that. So what I want to understand is that, are you showing the accessible routes getting through the venue? Because I think that's important for many customers or guests that, obviously some routes in our venue can only be one way. Like you're at a resort and you've got this beautiful pool area, but sometimes the accessible route is to the left and not to the right. Do you guys capture all of that so that you can provide information back to the guest about accessibility of the venue?
Yeah, we capture. So the way that we actually organize the capture and the number of captures is a function of what the location manager, location owner considers to be the important points. So if there is a unidirectional hall that is identified that way, and if they said, hey, we want to capture this, it's a specific thing, then we would certainly capture that. What makes our capture stylistics a little bit different is we don't try and cover every square meter of a location, because most of that is not that important. And actually having too much stuff, too many pictures, makes people disengage because they just don't know what to look at. So what we try and do when someone visits one of our experiences, when they start taking a virtual tour, is really show them the points that we understand to be the critical parts of that hotel. That always by default includes the entrance to the hotel. Are there steps? Are there not? It includes the lobby. It includes a restaurant, bar area, sense of space,
Okay.
there, and then of course the different other elements.
Sorry, Daniel. So I have to cut you off right here. So we're out of time. So Daniel has a breakout room at the end here when we end, and you can go into that breakout room and ask a lot of questions. It's a fantastic, it's a fantastic product, and that he has 100,000 locations already mapped out is really he's basically scaled it for the U.S. and so and it's quite affordable. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thanks, everybody. Thanks.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you as well, Daniel. It was a great presentation.